on the Texas A&M Sports Network from Learfield. Welcome to the Aggie Basketball Hour with Bucky McMillan. Brought to you by Coors Light, Choose Chill, and Gig 'em Aggies. 2025 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado. Celebrate responsibly. Also brought to you in part by Rudy's Country Store and Barbecue. Visit rudys.com to find real Texas barbecue near you. And by Twisted Tea, hard iced tea for the 12th man. Please drink responsibly. Now, welcome to the Aggie Basketball Hour with Bucky McMillan. Here's the voice of the Aggies, Andrew Monaco.
Howdy. Welcome. It is another season of Aggie basketball. Not just a new season, it's a new era for Texas A&M basketball, and we get it started tonight on a new and first episode of the Aggie Basketball Hour with Bucky McMillan. We're at Rudy's, 504 Harvey Road here in College Station. We thank you so much for joining us. Still time for you to come down. We thank you for joining us all along the Texas A&M Sports Network, on the 12th Man mobile app, on Learfield's Varsity Network app, or perhaps on Learfield's Behind the Mic. That's on the Texas A&M Basketball Facebook page. We're just glad that you are with us. And when we come back, let's meet the head coach of the Fighting Texas Aggies, Bucky McMillan. That's next. This is Aggie Basketball from Learfield. Pesky leak, you want to call on the winning team? It's Schulte Roofing, home of the Bulletproof Roof Guarantee. Get the best. Visit SchulteRoofing.com. Howdy. Welcome. Rudy's, 504 Harvey Road here in College Station. Bucky McMillan, everybody.
Thank y'all. Thank y'all. I really appreciate y'all being here. Hopefully I get to talk to everybody before we get out of here, but thank y'all very much for the support. It's been great.
How do you like it?
Good-looking guy right there.
You're going to fit in beautifully. I want to ask you, this hour is more of a little get-to-know and really the process of coming to here. And then over the course of these Aggie Basketball Hours with Bucky McMillan, we'll talk about the team and we'll talk about games that we've played and games that are coming up. But when you got here, you landed, and we're going to get to the process of hitting the ground running. You have embraced Texas A&M, Bucky. That's important to you, isn't it?
Yeah, I've always, wherever I have been, have coached at places that I believed in, and I thought it would be a good fit. And I think that's a large part of our success. Wherever we've gone, we've had success because I think we fit the place and the place fit us. When I coached high school basketball, it was a community that I loved. Mm-hmm. And then when I coached at Sanford, we built something, a program that was not a great program at the time, but it had all the potential in the world to be great if the people rallied together. And we did damage in the Southern Conference. And when I look at Texas A&M, I knew this was going to be a great fit where we could rally and do something really great here. And, this is the tip of the iceberg, and we're going to get some momentum. Mm-hmm. I'm not saying it's going to happen overnight, right, but when we do, I just think the Aggies coming together, mm-hmm, is going to be something that is going to be unstoppable when we get this momentum going. And I'm just so happy to be here, and I appreciate all the support that I've got since I got here on campus.
You had opportunities, or the name was there at other places because of your success at Sanford. Obviously, some of those you said no, but you said yes to this one. From an outside looking in, were you seeing what was built here? And what it, like you say, tip of the iceberg, are you looking under the water and seeing just how much support is here?
Well, I think that Texas A&M, the fan base, is a true community, mm-hmm, right? It's not just it's not corporate necessarily. Right. And that's what I love about it. Mm-hmm. It's real people. And people coming together is when you can do incredible things. You've heard the saying that champions win championships, right? And yep, champions act like champions before they're ever champions. Right. And the Aggies are champions. Championship people, quality people. And I think the true test of anywhere you go, you got to have people that are champions and can stick together during the good and the bad. And when you have a network like we have out here, mm-hmm, in the best league in the country, there's no limit to what we can do here.
We always hear about alignment. Coaches need to be aligned with their AD. You get to work now with Trev Alberts. Was that also a big part of it?
Yeah, I really like Trev. And when we talked, his vision for the athletic program, the unity that he talked about within the program, and truly being about Texas A&M. Not, hey, this is a basketball program over here, a baseball program over here, a football program over here, talking about everyone being together. That was music to my ears because I started off as a high school coach. That's what I did. And, when you're in high school, it's everybody fighting together.
Right.
That's what it is.
Right.
And it felt right. Mm-hmm. It felt right. And you look at the success we're having all the fall sports. Mm-hmm. Something's going good. Right?
Real good.
Something's right.
Real good.
I mean, you look at all our sports.
Yeah.
And obviously football.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, can we hear it for the football team? I mean, let's go. Let's go. And I just think every sport here, let me say it like this, so many places are going to have to pick and choose where they want to be good.
Yeah.
Not Texas A&M. We get an opportunity here to be good at everything, and that's special in this climate.
As you say that, when you got here, you're at baseball, and you're at softball, and you're at track, and then in the fall, you're at Midnight Yale with your team, you and your team, and you're at volleyball. You want to be everywhere, don't you?
You feel the energy.
Uh-huh.
And it's what I said, because I think the whole athletic program is all fighting together.
Yeah.
You're part of the Army. Years ago they talked about when people, when we were at World War.
Yeah.
You would see everyone enlist in the military.
Right.
Because their brother was, the person next to him was, and they had to go fight with them. Mm-hmm. And that's what it is here, is everyone fighting together. So it didn't take me long to feel that. When I got here first week at the baseball games, I went to the SEC tournament in Birmingham.
Yeah.
And I felt it like, hey, I felt it.
Yeah.
I
think we were undefeated when you were there.
I shouldn't have gone to the SEC tournament then.
Well, we won 2. We went 2-1. No, but that's part of it. Now, as you say that, it wasn't that long ago. You and your team spent time with the core. How was that?
Unbelievable. Mm-hmm. I mean, really, truly unbelievable. And got to eat dinner over there. Just got to see what they're about. I got to talk to so many people. I had a college coach that I played for, and he said, hey, if it was up to me, you'd all shave your heads like the military. He said, because they're the best team in the world,
Point.
And I was over there, and I asked them so many questions. What did they remember the most? And they just said going through the tough their first year, going through the hard. And I think when people go through those circumstances and come out, now some of those that we talked to are juniors and seniors, it makes it that much more rewarding. Kind of like sports, right?
Yes, very much so.
When you go through the ups, you go through the downs, but when you come out of the downs and you make it through, it makes it that much more rewarding.
And those relationships then are that much tighter, correct?
Correct.
Absolutely. He's Bucky McMillan. This is the Aggie Basketball Hour. We're at Rudy's, 504 Harvey Road here in College Station. A reminder, Aggies Can is celebrating 25 years of giving back to our local community. Bring your non-perishable food donations to Aggie Home Events November 14th through the 18th. Special thanks to Brookshire Brothers and HEB for partnering with our Student Athlete Advisory Committee in support of the Brazos Valley Food Bank and 12th Can. Text Aggies Can to 83200 or visit 12thman.com/Aggies Can to learn more. More of the Aggie Basketball Hour with Bucky McMillan when we return. This is Aggie Basketball from Learfield. Thanks to the generosity of 12th Man Foundation donors, Aggie student athletes have the resources to succeed at Texas A&M and beyond. Start your tradition of support today at 12thmanfoundation.com. We are at Rudy's, 504 Harvey Road here in College Station, and this is the debut of the Aggie Basketball Hour with Bucky McMillan. So glad that you are with us. With the head coach of the Fighting Texas Aggies. We always get a question from Steve because it's one fewer question that I have to ask. How hard was it teaching and getting Bucky ball to new players that had never done that style of basketball before? Well, Steve's right there. Where's Steve? There's right there, Steve.
Good question. The one thing I know about players is they like to score a lot of points. So, I remember our first year at Sanford, I took over a program that I mentioned wasn't in great shape. I got hired in the middle of COVID. So I don't get to recruiting players. I meet our team in August. Million practices canceled. We're playing with more walk-on than scholarship players. Don't have a great season. Coming into the next year, we had an incredible recruiting class that ends up winning 3 championships in our league. We were able to sell what we were doing in spite of not being good yet because we were leading the country in possessions per game, so in pace of play.
Right.
So they like to score, but they didn't know how hard it is to play fast.
Gotcha.
Right? So easy to get them here and harder to get them to play hard all the time.
Right.
But I like our group. I mean, they play hard all the time. Obviously, we're a little shorthanded right now with some of our leading scorers, but they're doing what we ask them to do, and I appreciate that.
Would it be maybe the understatement of the season to say that you and your staff hit the ground running, putting this team together?
Yeah, for sure. For those that don't know the story, this year in college basketball, they thought there was going to be a house settlement on April the 7th. And on April the 7th, they thought that players could not get collective money. So essentially, they were advised to sign before April the 7th. So I remember we got here, I believe it was April the 8th, and a couple of days after we got here, an article came out that said 81 of the top 100 portal players were already off the board. Well, we had no one on the team. So we had to build a roster incredibly fast in one of the strangest markets in all college basketball. This would be like on most years getting hired in August with no one on the roster.
Right.
So it was a weird set of circumstances. We rallied the troops together. We got a great staff together, and we had a lot of Aggies step up to support us to help build this roster. I'm not saying this is going to be the best roster that Texas A&M's ever had or that we're going to have, but it was the best roster we could possibly hope for based on the timing. And I'm pleased with the guys, and what I can say is A&M means a lot to these players because we brought in 12 or 13 players on visits, and all 12 or 13 ended up coming to Texas A&M.
Wow.
That's special.
Wow. It really is. Some who you played against, so they were familiar in that way, and that's good for you too because you know them from having to scout them. And then were there others that you were very familiar with? Were there some also, Bucky, the challenge of being brand new and having to sell that vision?
Well, I think some of the most important players that we're going to remember when we go down the road and one day we're here and we're playing in the Final Fours on a more consistent basis than most teams ever will is the people that jumped into this program with no one on the roster. One of those players that deserves a lot of credit, who's out right now with an injury, will be back hopefully late November, is Mackenzie Mbako. Because this was a top 10 player in the country coming out of high school, was, the only player on the draft boards for us.
Right.
And he came to be an Aggie when we only had 2 or 3 players on the team.
Wow.
He didn't know he was going to be playing with. But
Right.
he saw something different about this place, and he believed in the vision we had here. And I'm never going to forget that.
Right.
It takes someone to jump on, and then others were able to say, hey, look, I'll be a part of that. Mackenzie, it works for Mackenzie. Dang sure it's going to work for me.
Yeah.
And we're able to build the roster because of that.
Was it also important, the coaching staff that you assembled and you're very familiar with?
Well, we have, in my opinion, the perfect staff for Texas A&M because Mitch Cole, Darby Rich, Kyle Keller, Frank Haith have been an Aggie before. And once an Aggie and always an Aggie, right?
Yeah.
And that group was able to connect quickly with the network here. And I was able to assimilate pretty quickly because they knew the lay of the land. And they're so happy to be here. Mitch Cole could have took over for me at Sanford, but he had been here before, and he probably wouldn't have gone anywhere else.
Really?
Wouldn't have gone anywhere else if he had an opportunity to be a head coach.
Yeah.
But when I said, hey, this opportunity is there, he said, I'm in.
Yeah.
What's that say about this place?
Absolutely.
It's
Absolutely.
special to our staff. It means more. And I always say when it feels like home, hired hand soldiers, they've always proven through history, they don't fight with near the effectiveness as those fighting for their homeland.
Right.
And to a lot of these people, this has been their home.
Are you more comfortable now in your new home?
I love it here.
Do you?
Yeah, I love it here. It's good people. It matters here. Now, I always say this, we're undefeated right now. Everybody's been real nice. And what I can say to that, we won't be undefeated forever.
Right.
But what I can promise you is that the positive enthusiasm around the program is what enabled us to have a chance this year.
Yeah.
Us staying together during the highs and the lows is going to be such a factor in our ability to take this program where we knock down new doors. I mentioned this to a group. Texas A&M has had some incredible coaches and some incredible players. But, and I say this for a reason, we're one of 2 programs in the SEC that hadn't got past the Sweet 16 yet.
Right.
It's not a matter of, if it's going to happen. It's a matter of when. It's going to happen. And when we do that, it's going to be long overdue. Mm-hmm. And so many of the Aggies that have been here fighting are going to get to really enjoy it.
Yeah.
And I want to knock that door down. I want all of us to knock that door down. Because once you once you knock that door down, it's like the floodgates open. And, I coached a high school program that had never gone to a Final Four in public school in Alabama. Mm-hmm. And our 5th year, it took us to win a playoff game. But in that 5th year, we won a playoff game, won a state championship, and then played in 7 of the next 8. Right? Won 5.
That becomes the expectation.
That's exactly right.
Yeah.
Everybody comes in knowing what it looks like. And we can do that. I think everybody knows we can do it.
Yep.
And we just got to knock that door down.
He's Bucky McMillan. It's the Aggie Basketball Hour with Bucky McMillan. We'll continue from Rudy's. This is Aggie Basketball from Learfield.
Right.
Texas Farm Bureau Insurance wants to give you a VIP Aggie basketball fan experience this year. Go to 12man.com/maroon contest and register. One winner and a guest will receive game tickets, a Bucky McMillan autographed basketball, and you'll be recognized on the video board during the game. Register today, 12man.com/maroon contest. Texas Farm Bureau Insurance is a proud partner of Texas A&M Athletics. We continue with the Aggie Basketball Hour with Bucky McMillan. We're at Rudy's, 504 Harvey Road here in College Station. Coach, we talked about this. We had a conversation as you were coming off a plane from Destin. But we had talked. Your AD was very supportive of you coming here. That doesn't always happen in athletic departments. It would have been very easy for him to say, nope, I've got Bucky. He's mine. He was very instrumental in you coming here, was he not?
Yeah, I trusted excuse me. I trusted Martin Newton a lot. He is somebody that when there was opportunities there, he was always honest with me. And there were some good opportunities, places that have won, but he had told me, nah, that's not the fit. Mm-hmm. That's not it. And then when A&M got in the picture, he said, I can't say no to that one, Bucky.
Really?
Yep. He said, I can't say no to that one.
Yeah.
And he said, he's on the NCAA tournament selection committee. Very involved in basketball guy. And he just says, with the way that college athletics is going, that place is a sleeping giant. And that stuck with me.
Yeah.
And, we talked about earlier. Certain universities are going to have to choose what they want to be good at.
Yes.
And he said that place won't have to. And he loves the fan support. His father was a coach at Alabama years ago in Vanderbilt.
Yeah.
And so he knows all about basketball, knows the SEC, and he just says, I got to be real. You can get that one, you got to take that one. Yep.
Especially since, were you saying he may retire soon? It would have been easy for him to say, no, stick around. But that would have been selfish, right? Yep. Instead, what was best for Bucky McMillan?
He's got about 1 year left.
Yeah.
And, there's a lot of people that have to take chances on somebody. The first person that hired me when I was 24 years old at one of the biggest public schools in Alabama, I appreciate that. But for Martin Newton to step out on a limb and put his job on the line to hire a high school coach, it's probably been done twice in 40 years.
Yeah.
Straight out of high school to the SoCon, which is one of the best coaching leagues in the country.
Correct.
He was like a proud father when we won those championships.
Yeah.
And he'll be at our first game, that's for sure.
Will he really?
Yeah, for sure, yeah.
Oh, that's outstanding.
Yeah.
That'll be fun. That'll be special.
Yeah.
Will it not, to be able to see him?
Yeah. He's a good one. He's a real one. And so I listen to what he tells me.
How was the adjustment from high school to college for you?
I had some good players on my high school team that got recruited by programs all over the country. So the only thing that was different was the recruiting aspect. But I don't know if any college coach got to experience every coach in the country come in there and try their pitch on their players.
Gotcha.
So I had a McDonald's All-American on one of my teams.
Mm-hmm.
And I got to see every coach in the country, some that are in the league right now, try their thing. And, I noted all of that.
Yeah.
And so once we got in there, got used to the recruiting, not much different. Basketball's basketball. Caruso came and spoke to our team.
Really?
Well, yeah, he was in town about a month ago.
Oh, yeah.
And his message to our team, there was two things, right? And the first was what wins in elementary school, high school, college, and the NBA, it's all the same. It's all the same.
Yeah.
All the fundamentals. Do you block out, right? Can you mentally focus on defense the entire possession? Can you take care of the basketball? Are you a true team? All of that. Totally right.
Yeah.
Same stuff that won in high school, the same stuff that wins in the NBA. Right? Then he also said the second thing, you don't hear this a lot, for players to become great, you got to have a sense of self-awareness. It's great to have confidence.
Right.
I had a player I spoke to recently on our team. Not our best player. Mm-hmm. He's very confident. That's great. But the problem is he thinks he's our best player.
Gotcha.
And I said, if I said who should take the last shot in a game, you would say you.
Right.
And said, I love the confidence, but your self-awareness is a little off. That's okay, as long as you can take coaching. As long as you can take coaching.
Right.
When I say, hey, you don't need to be taking the last shot.
Right.
You need to pass that ball.
Right.
And, same message.
Yeah.
You can't have little self-awareness.
Right.
And then be stubborn and not take coaching.
Right.
And so it's gotten through to him.
So Mike Elko said that earlier today. Everybody wants the ball more. If you're a receiver, even if you're making 10 catches, you want more. If you're only getting one, you want more. But what are you going to do for the team?
Yep.
Very similar, right? I may need you to make that pass for us to win. It's not going to be your victory. It's Texas A&M's victory.
I had a coach that I heard say one time that, every player, you don't have a team until every player on your team gives up something they want to accomplish that season for the sake of the team. Think about that. So we won't have a team this year until someone says, you know what, I wanted to score 12 points a game, but I'm going to score 9 because coach needs me to be more of a defender. I want to play 25 minutes a game, but I'm going to settle for 10. I really want to rest on defense so I can have more energy for offense.
Right.
But, Coach, we're all in. We're going to die on defense.
Right.
And you don't have a team until that happens. I think this is programmed into players' heads about what their role should be. I coached high school. Never one time, not once, did I have a parent come to me and say one of these things. My kid should shoot less, play less, or score less. Never happened. But trust me, I heard it a million times the other way around.
Yeah.
I always told our parents at a parent meeting like this, more games are won and lost at the dinner table than anywhere else. So same trickles now. Who are they listening to? Who are they listening to? And to have a team, everybody's got to give up something they want to accomplish this season for the team.
He's Bucky McMillan, the head coach of the Fighting Texas Aggies. And the Aggie Basketball Hour rolls on for Rudy's. It's Aggie Basketball from Learfield. Head on over to your local Rudy's or Rudy's.com to place an order for their real Texas barbecue. Enjoy 100% oak smoked meats, delicious sides, and Rudy's signature sauce. And don't forget, Rudy's serves made-to-order and grab-and-go breakfast tacos every day until 10 a.m. We continue with the Aggie Basketball Hour with Bucky McMillan from Rudy's, 504 Harvey Road here in College Station. I wanted to ask you, we talk about Bucky ball, and we love the flash, right? All the offense. If you don't play defense in this, you're not playing, are you?
Yeah, our system's built on playing hard and unselfish. I think that coaches can get too caught up in X's and O's. Everybody's going to run good X's and O's, but nothing works, number one, if you don't have good players. You're developing personnel, and your players play extremely hard, and then they're unselfish. I mean, I spoke at a deal a couple weeks ago, and I told a story about our team. And there was 2 stories that I told, and one is I had someone I highly respect talk to our team, and he runs a great program. He's a football coach, and I said, what's the national championship coach? And I said, what do you want your opponents to say about the teams that play against you? And he says that I hate playing against them. Mm-hmm. And he said, started talking about being relentless. And he says, what makes scary movies scary? He says, what makes Jason scary? Freddy, with the claw, and Michael Myers in Halloween, or the Scream mask. What makes them scary? You can't kill them. They keep coming back for more. They keep coming at you. Just when you think you got them dead, they rise up from the grave and they're coming back at you. And that's called being relentless.
Right.
We don't like it. Mm-hmm. Freddie was relentless. Right. We want our team to be absolutely relentless when we play, that they don't stop coming at you on offense and defense. Mm-hmm. And then he said the second thing, you want a team that can't be broken. And what that means is, yeah, sure, you go to break other teams, but you can't be broken.
Right.
Because that's how you can break another team. And I say that to this fan base. And what I mean by that is this. He told a story about a boxer, middleweight champ of the world, guy's never been beaten, never been knocked down. He's fighting somebody as 100-1 underdog. The underdog comes into the fight. First round, wins it on all the judges' scorecards. Second round, wins that round. Third round, knocks the champ down for the first time in his career. Fourth round, comes out there, gets knocked out. They asked him after the fight. They said, hey, you were doing so great. You'd never been knocked down. You're in total control. What happened? He said, well, at the end of the third round, I hit him with my best shot, and he didn't flinch. So you can break teams by being relentless like Freddie, but you can also break teams by taking their best shot and not flinching. Yeah. I said to our fan base, we're going to take some shots this year. I can promise you that. But we got to stay together and not flinch. And when we do that, you're a program that can't be broken. That's what I want out of my players.
Right.
Defensively and offensively. We pick up, we press the whole game. That's how we play. We pick up full court the whole game. People are going to say, well, we give up some layups. Guess what? They may have scored anyway. But I'm just not trying to live my life, and I don't want our players to live that life and our fan base to live that life that we play out of fear.
Right.
We're going to come at them. From the second we step on the court, we're coming at them. And just like Freddie, we're not going to stop. And sometimes they're going to get us, but they're going to respect us.
Yeah, that layup or that dunk is going to be their shot, and this team's not going to flinch, right?
Yep.
Love it. I love that analogy.
Yep.
I really do.
Offensively and defensively.
Yeah.
We want to play fast and force the action.
Who have been coaching influences for you?
My college coach was a great coach, outside the box guy. When I was there, we were Division I. Before that, they were NAI, and he won 2 national championships. One of the first to embrace the three-point shot. Mm-hmm. Years ago, they thought it was a bad shot.
Right.
We led the country when we were Division I in three-point percentage. Duke was number 2. So we're a little ahead of it in terms of understanding the value of the three-point shot and that shooters matter. From there, I was always a head coach. I coached when I was in college, coached Aggie basketball. Then I was the JV head coach, varsity head coach, college head coach. So I got to experiment with a lot of different things. Like we were probably the first team to pick up and press on missed shots. Right? So, we pick up full court made or missed shots. Why? Well, that's what I always thought you should do. Then you look up in the Indiana Pacers. They're doing that this year.
Right.
They're picking up, playing fast. And that's probably the pro team we play the most similar to.
Yeah.
So I would say my college coach, I was always coached by good coaches, and then a lot through trial and error.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Does it say something like you say the Indiana Pacers? Rick Carlisle has coached for a long time and been successful where he has been. And going into 24-25, he's playing that style. Like he adapts and adjusts to – and obviously he's got the talent as well. Yep. But he's not stuck in his ways of, it's got to be this way. You constantly have to adapt and adjust, do you not?
Yeah, you do. Any style can win. The fact that we play fast is analytically correct. What they found out through analytics is the faster you can play, the better you should be on offense. You got to work on it. You got to teach it. You got to have players that can do it. But so we've been doing that for years. That's how we've always have played. what I can say is no style – certain styles are better than others. But everyone will find a way to win with their style if they have the players. But I sure as heck like to do it scoring 100 when scoring 60, you know. And so for our style, we'd like to make it as fun as possible for our fans, where it's something you can rally around. When we were at Sanford, which is Division I, there's 365 teams in the country. We were number 5 in the country in scoring. That's unheard of for a mid-major program.
Right.
You know, we'd like to get to number 1 here at some point.
I have to tell you that you've been at Kyle, and there's that buzz that goes through the 12th man. And you've been at Bluebell, Davis Diamond. There's that buzz from the 12th man. I can't wait, and I hope you get the opportunity. I know it's hard as a coach. I hope you get that opportunity to hear that same buzz of a dive on the floor or a dunk or an alley-oop or that defensive play, because the 12th man just loves all of that. But there will be that sound, and you'll hear it. I guess I'll ask you every once in a while if you have it. I know we look at the game very differently. You don't always get a chance, but to me, it's something absolutely special that every big moment, every big win at all of the venues at Texas A&M has that, I call it the 12th man buzz, and it's absolutely unmistakable, that sound of that supports, because to me, Reed's become something special.
Well, I was almost late here because we had a meeting with the Yell leaders, the dance team, the Reed Rowdies, the band, in our practice facility. So over 100 of them were there a second ago.
Yeah.
Talking about the season, talking about how we're going to have to fight together, talking about our team, which is everyone in here and everyone that I just mentioned. And, you know, they were ready. Yeah. They're ready for this season.
Yeah.
And it was great. They all showed up. I couldn't get them out of the practice facility. They were all shooting shots. They went to the locker room. We had a great time. So you're right. It means something to everyone here.
Did it also, you were talking about the coaches, and Buzz comes after Billy Kennedy, who comes after Mark Turgeon, who comes after Billy Gillespie and what he built, and Shelby Metcalf and all that he built. That's important to you also, is it not, the tradition that is here?
Lots of great coaches. Won different ways, all of them. Good players as well. But, you know, you have to look at a program and say, hey, have they done it before?
Right.
And I just think it's an anomaly that we hadn't got past the Sweet 16. I don't think that's anything to do with the coaches, the players. I just think it's going to happen.
Right.
Throw that out, the tournament. Multiple 20-win seasons. The past several years been the hardest league in the country. And it won't get much easier. Right? It's a gauntlet. No. I mean, they rated the SEC last year as the toughest league in all of college basketball, and it's ranked the number 1 league again.
Bucky, I learned that Auburn's average age was older than the Oklahoma City Thunder in the NBA.
First time we're going to have players getting Social Security playing college basketball.
It's not that far off. It's not that far off. When we come back, I want to talk to you about the open scrimmage that's coming up this week and the exhibition that's coming up this week as well. It's the Aggie Basketball Hour with Bucky McMillan. This is Aggie Basketball from Learfield. So on Behind the Mic on the Facebook page, they are checking in, and Coach, we need to get you in on this because this started with football with Mike Elko. And Ryan Price heads the Italy A&M club in Tuscany. They have checked in. Now, Mike and I are working on doing at least a coach's night or possibly one of these shows in Tuscany. Can we get basketball on board as well?
Sounds good to me.
Ryan, you need to meet Coach Bucky McMillan. Okay, so please let Coach know that there are several members from our club listening in across Italy right now. We are all in. Next time he's in College Station, you're going to get some olive oil, and here it is. If you want to have a coach's night in Italy, just let us know.
I love it.
It keeps getting better and better.
Listen, our best shooter is a kid from Spain. So if you see any shooters over there, let us know, okay? We'll take them.
That would be Ruben.
That is Ruben.
Dominguez. Yeah,
that
absolutely. Open scrimmage this week for everyone. That's important for you and this team, is it not?
Yeah, we played one on Sunday, a closed one, and then we'll have one here on Sunday at playing Arizona State. In Houston.
Yeah. And that's something that college basketball, you know what I mean when I say relaxed. Mm-hmm. It used to be you had the super-duper secret scrimmage and this and that, but that is now more relaxed, is it not? And that's important in the development, correct?
You get to play more guys.
Yeah.
I think people can read into how you doing those. You'll look up and you'll see top-ranked teams getting beat all the time, and people can look into it too much. I enjoy them because we get to play a lot of players.
Yeah.
And you get a look, and that's how we treat it. Like, hey, should this guy redshirt or what should we do? And they get to play in those scrimmages.
Yeah.
So you may see someone that we might plan on redshirt, and you may play 13 minutes, 14 minutes. So it's good for development. I think it's great for the fans just to get to know the team.
Yeah. When it comes over the course of a season, Bucky, you want your team to go like this, do you not? You're not going to have all the answers on November 3rd. You're going to get some of those questions answered, but you want to be heading into the SEC tournament and the NCAA tournament. That's when you should be peaking, correct?
Yeah, you want to be playing your best basketball at the end of the year. We all know basketball is a tournament sport. We can remember national champions. Mm-hmm. I don't know if anyone can remember someone's record in November.
Right.
Now, I'm not saying I don't want to win every game in November because that allows you to have a chance to get in the NCAA tournament.
Yeah.
But you dang sure want to be improving, and you want to have your eyes focused on March. It's called March Madness for a reason.
Yeah.
Not November Madness.
It's a great point. And again, teams should never be the same in March and April than they are in November. Correct?
Yeah, I agree with that. And probably our team more than most. There's so many new players, a couple of injuries I mentioned that we're dealing with right now. That getting acclimated to each other in this day and age of college basketball. So many programs need the non-conference. Mm-hmm. And you don't want to say it's practice because that matters.
Right.
But they need that non-conference to get ready for league play. And as I said, our league play not an easy one.
It's almost like it's compartmentalized, non-conference, conference, postseason.
Yep.
Correct?
Yep.
And you attack, you know what I mean when I say you attack them in different ways. You want to be ready come January when it is conference. But, again, it's constantly building momentum, correct?
Yeah. Basketball, football are different. Before we had the playoff system in football, when did the playoffs start? Game 1.
Right.
You lose, you're out.
Right.
When
they were only taking 2 in the old BCS.
Yeah,
right?
That's it. I mean, you lose, the season's over.
Yeah.
But I tell you what, those games in football, you could feel that energy. Every game meant everything. Mm-hmm. Basketball's slightly different. Every game matters, but you got to make the best decision for what is going to be the best for your team for March.
Right.
So, if that means playing guys 25 minutes instead of 35 minutes so that they have a chance to be fresh through the duration of the season, mm-hmm. That's what you got to do.
Yeah.
I do know this, that our style of play is built for tournament basketball. It's built for tournament basketball because we play slightly different.
Yeah.
And so when teams play us in the NCAA tournament, it's going to be a one-off.
Right.
It's the way we play every game, every year, every practice. But it's going to be probably the first time that they've played in that game with us and how we play. So when you only have 1 or 2 days to prep in that NCAA tournament, mm-hmm. We can become a really dangerous team.
Right. When Texas A&M pops up, you get that first opponent on a Thursday or a Friday. And then, like you say, there's just that one day in between for the Saturday or Sunday.
Yep.
Advantage A&M because this is our identity.
Yep.
And we're comfortable with it.
Just like Freddie Krueger. We want players looking and seeing us in their bracket and saying, dang, we got to play them.
Yeah. They're going to be saying another word. I'm going to tell you that. But I know exactly where you're coming from. The final segment of the Aggie Basketball Hour with Bucky McMillan this evening. When we return, this is Aggie Basketball from Learfield. When you need a new roof or just have a pesky leak, you want to call on the winning team at Schulte Roofing, home of the Bulletproof Roof Guarantee. Get the best. Visit SchulteRoofing.com. Yes, I read it a second time. 2 reads in the hour. Get used to it. Okay, final segment. Here we go. Lightning round. Kevin, our engineer, Kevin Menchow is our engineer, and Lacey Williams is producing. Kevin wants to know if you're rooting for Texas A&M or Samford when they come in on November 22nd. And I threw Kevin under the bus because he said he joked with me. He said, "Oh, I know what you're going to do. You're going to say Kevin wants to know," and I did.
Well, here's the thing. I can safely say this, that I can root for both, and it's not going to affect the outcome of that game either way. I can promise you that.
That's fantastic. How was Midnight Yell?
I got so much respect for those Yell leaders.
Yeah.
Because you're speaking at Midnight Yell, and I didn't know about the echo. So I'm talking, and I'm hearing myself talk 3 seconds later. And it's like a phone call. That happens every now and then. And what do? You hang up.
Uh-huh.
But you're in front of 30,000. You can't just hang up.
Can't hang up.
You know. But, no, I've been to 4 of those. They're super fun.
Yeah.
Super fun. But it was great energy.
It's unlike any place.
Yep.
Honestly. You know what I mean? And that's just before the game. And then they're standing the entire game. We always talk about this in a ticket pull. When you got 41,000 students, that's larger than some capacities of some college football stadiums across the country.
Well, you know, it's different when the applause for the band is greater than a lot of the SEC teams' applause for the football game.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, and for good reason.
Yeah. You realize the Fighting Texas Aggie band is undefeated at halftime.
It's like you got the band, and then they have just some other event playing on both sides of the band, right? That's how good they are.
Exactly,
right?
that's exactly right. You know, everyone always says in high school when they play in the band and they go to college and it's more relaxed, and then they are just absolutely overwhelmed when they watch that Fighting Texas Aggie band, and no one leaves. They don't leave their seats at halftime either.
If our team had the precision of that band, I don't think we could ever lose.
I don't think so.
Best coach team at Texas A&M.
Totally agree with that. I totally agree. Hey, this was a blast. Let's do it again 11 more times this season, and they'll be here, I promise you.
Hey, thank you all very much. I really appreciate y'all being here. Thank you all very much.
He's the head coach of the Fighting Texas Aggies. That is Bucky McMillan. We're back with you next Monday as well. Joni Taylor begins her first show. The Aggie Basketball Hour with Joni Taylor will be from 6 to 7. The Aggie Basketball Hour with Bucky McMillan will be from 7 to 8 next Monday here at Rudy's. As we mentioned, Kevin Menchow is our engineer. Lacey Williams is the producer of the Aggie Basketball Hour. I'm Andrew Monaco. We thank you so much for joining us. Thanks and gig 'em. This is Aggie Basketball from Learfield.
This has been the Aggie Basketball Hour with Bucky McMillan. Brought to you by Coors Light, Choose Chill, and Gig 'em Aggies. 2025 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado. Celebrate responsibly. Rudy's Country Store and Barbecue. Visit rudys.com to find real Texas barbecue near you. And by Twisted Tea, hard iced tea for the 12th man. Please drink responsibly. The preceding has been a Learfield presentation on the Texas A&M Sports Network.